Okay, so here's an example where we have a scatter plot, and we have, you have, with a ruler, you've made a line of best fit that goes through many of the points in between all the points. Girls listening? Can I need your attention up here now, please? So this question is, what is the equation of the line of best fit? So again, we've started off with just points on a graph. You've made a straight line, and now we're trying to determine what is the equation. So it's not good enough just to see the line there. We want an equation. The equation of a line, which we just learned about, a linear equation, y equals ax plus b, more familiar to us is y equals mx plus b. We know that m is the slope of the line, right? And b is the y-intercept. So those are very important to know, because we need to kind of try and get this important information from the graph. Okay? All right. So if we find the slope, we can just plug it in right here. And if we find the y-intercept, we can just plug it in right there. Okay? So m is the slope of the line, b is the y-intercept. So how do we find the slope? Okay. The slope of the line, m, is the change in y, or the rise between any 2 points, divided by the change in x, or the run between any 2 points. So it's going to be probably best to pick 2 known points, and I have 1 point right here that I know is on the line. So the slope is going to be, the change in y is going from here. Another point that we know is on the line is this point right here, and that's the point 7, 0. So I have 0, 8 as 1 point, and I have 7, 0 as another. So the change in y is simply subtracting the y values, 8 minus 0, and then we subtract the x values to get the change in x. So that's 0 minus 7. So that slope simplifies to negative 8 over 7. Now the negative can be on top or the bottom. Doesn't matter, or on the side. So 8 over negative 7 technically, but we can just do negative 8 over 7. Okay, does everyone remember how to calculate slope like that? Okay, we did this in math classes previous, but the rise between any 2 points divided by the run between any 2 points. Okay, so we have the slope. Perfect. That's the slope we're going to use in our equation. What about the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept is where the line hits the y-axis, and in this case we've identified this point already, haven't we? It's 0, 8. So the y-intercept, the b value, b is going to be 8. That's the y value of the y-intercept. So here we've got these two numbers, and that's all you need to write an equation. So the equation is now going to look like this. Y equals, the slope that we calculated is going to be negative 8 over 7, and of course you need to put this multiplying by x. So negative 8 over 7x. And you could do a decimal, I guess, too, if you really wanted to. You could write that as a decimal. It's better to do a fraction, really. It's more accurate, more exact, but that's okay. And then this is a positive 8, so it's plus 8. Okay? And that's the equation for this line of best fit. So in review, it's important to find the slope by doing change in y divided by change in x between any 2 points that you know are on the line. I could have picked some points inside here. Like this one looks to be at a grid, a crosshair here, that I could pick that one out. And maybe one down here too. So I could have used those 2 points. The rise over the run would simplify to the exact same. Okay? So the rise divided by the run would be the same as this rise divided by this run. The slope here would be the exact same. Oops. Okay? Any questions about that? Okay, coming up with the line of best fit, something you're going to need to do. Awesome.